I would say quarter by quarter, we've refined a lot of that stuff through that testing, and we have a pretty nice stream of demos. So consistently getting multiple demos every single week. Hopefully that's ticking up, but not only that, they're higher quality. I had good conversations, but we just figured out what works and what doesn't. And now when we get people to book a demo, we know exactly what's going to get them to convert into pipeline, opportunity, potential revenue. So like we've just refined enough in a way where we can get results quicker. I think that's been the biggest benefit for us. So we have growth in deals, we have growth in deal size, just tons of clarity on go-to-market. All the good stuff. Right?
Tell us a little bit about what the Jenny Project does and what you've been focused on recently.
We're the Jenny Project, and we're an innovation intelligence platform. So we use AI-generated panels. We help consumer brands make really fast, smart decisions across their packaging, claims, pricing, concept testing, and even their creative.
Awesome. I think you definitely, out of all our clients, I think it's one of the most differentiated things that I've seen. And yeah, clearly the market thinks so as well. So I guess like in terms of, generating interest, demo meetings, and I'm just curious like what you guys were doing prior to working with us. And I know it's like way back that we onboarded you guys.
I've been using SciMate for a little while. Super happy with at least the progress that we've made since we started working with you all. But before SciMate came along, we were handling outbound like very manually, and we were experimenting with a lot of tools, super inconsistent. It required a lot of hands-on effort for every single campaign or tool that we were using. And I think given like the state of like email deliverability and like AI was coming into the frame, we just knew we needed to automate this a lot more, make it way more scalable, because I think that's what everything called for to get some results in this way. It just needed to open more conversations with the right ICPs. We were doing that very fragmented before SciMate, and you guys just helped us streamline a lot of stuff.
It makes a ton of sense. And I think, yeah, you just said about like, it being scalable, bottlenecks. I think you were definitely owning a lot of the grunt work at one point in time. Was that sort of correct?
Yeah. A lot of small team trying to pull in all these different things into some go-to-market strategies. A lot of things we had to put in place.
Awesome. And then, yeah, I think just checking with Moeed, I've been working with you guys since April, December, now, like, I guess almost closing in on 8-ish months. I'm just curious what your experience has been like working with us and what sort of results you've seen so far.
The biggest thing that we're trying to solve for were probably volume, right? We need to get in front of a lot more people. So that was something that SciMate has obviously been super helpful with, all the tools that you guys were able to bring that we didn't invest in yet. We've been seeing consistent messaging across all of our segments. That's super time consuming to do. Freeing up that time on our end internally that we could put towards things like running demos, closing deals, improving the product as we bring this idea to more and more people. That's been super, super helpful. So freeing up bandwidth, increasing our messaging across our core ICPs and verticals. Those are the hard things to do that SciMate has been impactful.
Reviewed many campaign angles with Moeed on kind of on those topics. What do you think some of the impacts has been on the business just outside of like demos and such? Have you guys been able to grow in the last like 8 months, or what does that look like for your team internally? And I guess what has some of those conversations been like as well?
Over the past, what would you say, 6 to 9 months we've been working together?
I think, you got your first onboard form in April. So, about 8 months, maybe 7-ish months since since the campaign launched.
It's been a bit, actually. When we started, we didn't exactly know who we wanted to go after. We had like some hunches on ICPs and segments, and we were just able to put those in and test really rapidly on messaging who's actually going to convert into a demo. I would say quarter by quarter, we've refined a lot of that stuff through that testing, and we have a pretty nice stream of demos. So consistently getting multiple demos every single week. Hopefully that's ticking up, but not only that, they're higher quality. We aimed at, let's say, an ICP like agencies like 9 months ago. We got some demos, had good conversations, but we just figured out what works and what doesn't. And now when we get people to book a demo, we know exactly what's going to get them to convert into pipeline, opportunity, potential revenue. We've just refined enough in a way where we can get results quicker. I think that's been the biggest benefit for us. So we have growth in deals, we have growth in deal size, just tons of clarity on go-to-market.
Nice. So you're making us blush.
It's all the good stuff, right? There's been tons of bumps and things in the road, but overall, if I look back on it, that's where we came from and to where we are now.
Just where there could be some people that are sort of on the fence working with us, and maybe some are skeptical about like working with an agency or some sort of alternative. I'd be curious to know how likely you are to recommend them, and what would you say to that person? But I think second to that question as well is we're more than open to what you think we could transparently improve on too. We're definitely open to that feedback at this stage as well.
Very likely to recommend, first of all. So the reason being the combination of the automation that you can provide on this particular channel, this outreach channel. Support has been really great. I know multiple people are going to hop on the conversation in Slack. I know the tools you all are using. And if we need to quickly change and pivot, which we've done quite a few times, right, Moeed? We can just do it super quick and on the fly. So if we have a good plan, or we can change it when we need to, that's been really the most important thing. I think the reason that we've even gotten some of the results that we've had so far. So I can just see we've made it a ways. We have a long ways to go to get where we want to go, but continuing down this path is so far a yes, right? So if I was to recommend that to anybody, it's iterative, it takes time, but this direction should get you results as long as you're dedicated to it. And obviously you guys have been super helpful there.